Troy and Dayna welcomed their son Jayden into this world on October 6, 2008, joining older sister Belle. Jayden seemed healthy, but just over 2 months later, they knew something was wrong.
We were kind of concerned, thought he might have had a bladder infection or UTI. So that night, Christmas Eve, about 7 o'clock, we took him to our local hospital, not a children's hospital, and they did some tests and said he was fine. So we went and celebrated Christmas as normal. But
spent Christmas still kind of thinking something wasn't right.
On Boxing Day, we took him to a children's hospital, and right away they found the gallop in the heart. And we got an echo done, and the cardiologist was looking at the results, and he kind of stopped dead in his tracks. And right then we were like, uh-oh, like this is serious.
The doctors told us that he had a enlarged heart.
And so it couldn't pump blood properly throughout his body.
We were all in a room just kind of caressing his head because he had been getting poked so many times. Dayna was holding him, and all of a sudden he stopped moving and stopped breathing and kind of turned kind of blue. And then that's when one of the nurses ran and grabbed him right away and rushed him into the room next door. And we had to watch about 9 or 10 people surround him and give him CPR in front of us. And it was kind of really hard to watch because we were helpless. We didn't know how we could help or anything. And then one of the main nurses came and kind of shoved us aside and told us we should leave the room because they obviously are going to try and save our son.
There was a doctor from Edmonton vacationing in Winnipeg, and he agreed to come in and put Jayden on ECMO, life support. Right when they turned on the machine, Jayden's heart crashed.
For a good 3 or 4 hours that night, we were thinking we were going to lose our son.
An emergency medical team from Edmonton arrived and prepared Jayden to be medevaced to Stollery Children's Hospital. With no room for the parents, Troy and Dayna would follow in a separate flight.
We got him baptized because we hadn't had that happen yet, so all our family was there, and we surrounded him and all said a prayer together while we were separated because they had to take him. Obviously, we couldn't be on the plane with them because it was a really small medical jet that they had. But yeah, that was one of the hardest moments, was watching them take him and hoping that everything will be fine by the time we got there.
In mid-February, Jayden is put on the heart transplant list, and the wait for a donor begins. Troy and Belle remain in Winnipeg, but visit when they can, thanks to the David Foster Foundation.
We were so fortunate to hear from a social worker in Edmonton that the David Foster Foundation was able to help families who are on the transplant list with various things that they may need. So one thing that we needed badly was flights for our daughter to come see us. She always kept such a positive attitude, so she was never complaining about having to spend her days in the hospital. She was just happy to be with us as a family.
At the end of May 2009, while the family was gathered in Edmonton, they received the call they'd been waiting for.
One of the hardest things I've ever done in my life was having to wait for Jayden's transplant. In essence, you're waiting for another family to get some devastating news. It was extremely tough. You're waiting for somebody else to pass away. I remember getting the call from Dr. Coe, the doctor, letting us know there was a heart available for Jayden. I broke down. You're so sad that somebody else had to lose their child, but you're so thankful that they chose to, in their worst time of their life, to be able to still give the gift of life to other people.
After 6 months in hospital, Jayden is finally able to go home to a new life, a new beginning, a second chance.
Jayden today is a healthy, outgoing, awesome 7-year-old boy that's amazes me every day.
He's Definitely a very active personality. He loves playing soccer. He is definitely on the sensitive side at sometimes as well, but he's always had a spark.
I got a lot of hope from the David Foster Foundation. It inspired me, so I went back to school to become a nurse. It has changed my life forever, and now I am able to help sick children like Jayden once was, which is completely rewarding for me and gives this whole journey a meaning. And I think the David Foster Foundation is able to help me find that silver lining. It was the blessing we needed in our time of crisis.
You can help make a difference in the lives of families with children undergoing transplants. Visit davidfosterfoundation.com to learn how, and talk to your family about organ donation and the legacy you would like to leave. Register to become a donor, and please be sure to share your intentions on social media by using the hashtag #OrganDonor.